Yes.
What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
It's your boy, KJ. It's KJ.
Hey, second week in a row, we called mid eating chicken, you feel me? But we ain't mad at us, you feel me? We never catch KJ eating a chicken, you know what I'm saying? We got a very, what's this, episode 8?
Big 8.
Episode 8, man, we moving and grooving, you know what I'm saying? We coming to y'all live, 345 Art Gallery. You know what I'm saying? From Chicago, you know, West Side, you feel me? We got a great show for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? We got an amazing guest. Miss Mary Cute Angel is in the building. I got some notes for that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna go too crazy on the notes. You
The
feel me?
lovely, the talented,
Yes, the beautiful, the gifted Mary Cute Angel. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
No, she has done some really dope things. So you know, she's a writer, you know, a director. She has produced some really dope things. She has a play that she's produced and directed, a full-length play.
That was last year.
Mama's Curse of the Corner Blues.
There you go.
Bringing awareness to sex trafficking, which is a very important topic that we often get away from because it's swept under the rug. Moving on.
But is it though?
It's swept under the rug? Absolutely.
I think in the mental health field, it's becoming more of a highlight, but we can talk about that off camera.
There you go. But yeah, so we got a great show planned for you guys today. Again, the wonderful, lovely, beautiful Mary Cute Angel is in the building. Yes. So we're gonna hop right into it. You know what I mean? We got a couple things that we're gonna touch on today. You know, and yeah, we're gonna get it started. You know, why is it so hard for us to break up friendships?
Hey.
Why is it so hard for us?
Y'all not gonna do the song for me first?
Oh my goodness.
Please.
She's been ready for us to
I've been ready for this song, this hook, I love it.
We'll do it at the end.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it at the end. We don't want to break up your friendship that we already grown with already. You know what I'm saying? I'm just message. Yeah. So look, why is it so hard for us as adults to end friendships or break up with people friend-wise who we no longer are friends in a way that we, you know, originally had been used to? Why is it so hard for us to break up?
Let's just rephrase it. Have you ever, as an adult, broke up with a friend? Meaning, have you ever said, "Hey, bro, I don't think this is working, so let's go our separate ways," like you would do the opposite sex or the same sex, if however you draw across that line?
Facts.
Is that how that go? When you have that conversation, hey bro, this is not working?
As a friend, I would say that, "Hey, bro, look, let's sit down and have this conversation because some things I see aren't really lining up, and I see that you're only around what's convenient for you, or X, Y, and Z."
That's a real relationship, huh?
So have you ever done it though? Have you ever broken up with a friend?
Dang.
Yeah. I know for sure I haven't, and we was talking about this last week because there's been situations where it high key needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just this lingering thing that is just like, you know, you still feel a certain way towards a friend, and you know that they feel a completely different way because y'all either don't communicate the way that y'all used to, or y'all not really vibing or gelling like the way y'all used to.
Okay.
And it's always like a out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. You'll see a friend at like an event or something. It's like, oh, what's good?
So was that ever a friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hope so. But it's like people grow, people evolve, and people move on in their lives. But it's like, for me, I take it personally because it's like if I see you randomly and then we connect again or reconnect, and then I reach out after that, and then it's still the same distant type of. It's like what we.
So have you been a friend? Okay, so now we got to talk different ends,
Let's
right?
talk that shit.
So are you the friend that is breaking up with the friend, or are you the friend on the other side that's being broken up with?
I'm the friend that needs to break up.
So let's just give some background, right? Let's just give background context. So I read an article a couple weeks ago by Issa Rae, and she was pretty much saying how people grow apart. Technically, like she was on her acting career, and she had a friend who was doing medical situation. So one friend became a doctor, she became an actor. But as they continue down their paths, it's separate paths, and so they're not as close as they used to be. So for things that she felt was big to her friend was able to be there because of her career.
Right.
For things that the other person felt was kind of big, it was kind of like vice versa. So at that point, it's like when we sit down.
It's mutual.
Yes, but even like when we look at that, so if I sit down and she wants to say like, hey Mary.
Hey, KJ.
You know.
Hey.
I noticed that you've been doing your thing. I'm kind of on a separate track. Like, where's this friendship going? Kind of. And so if it's not going in the same direction, and it's not like, and it's kind of like, well, I'm busy with my people. I don't really have time for you. I can't be mad at that, but at the same time, I need to understand that I shouldn't be reaching out to you anymore, and I shouldn't be like.
So I think what I'm struggling with is the idea of breaking up. The idea of because here's the thing, right? Like we're all born, and we all have. Happy birthday! So we're all born, and we are here to pretty much serve purpose for that life, that space that we take in the world, right?
Yeah.
So to me, my first go-to is I'm here to serve purpose, and I respect as well that you're here to serve purpose.
Right.
So, you know, like you come into your life for a time, a season, and a reason, and it's all, it all has a part, right? Mm-hmm. Like right now, the fact that we're merely here together, I was born a little bit for you guys, and you were born a little bit for me.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that, and I love that. So at the point where you understand that there's a purpose to be served, it's like I can't get mad at you at serving your purpose, and I understand that I had some part in that, but the growing apart and the breaking up, it's no growing apart or breaking up. It's like I root for you, do your best, and as far as you moving forward and being your best and serving your purpose, I've done my job.
Right, so
we've served our time.
Right, so people's seasons pass.
People's seasons pass.
So when do you say that you're no longer in my season?
Right.
I think that that's when you have to, there's a certain level of maturity that comes with that, right?
So how do you break it? So let's just get to the fact. Have you said your season's past, sis? So your season's past, time for me to move forward. Yes or no?
I think that
okay, let's go.
I think that there's a natural progression that happens. A lot of times these conversations necessarily don't have to happen. The fact that they happen says something about the level of maturity when dealing with tactfulness. Dealing with tactfulness. Because we want to take care of each other, right?
True.
We want to take care of, and part of my taking care of you and taking care of me is acknowledging this is where we are. It's not bad. It's not wrong. It's not right. But this is where we are.
So do we just have a lingering friendship?
It's not necessarily a lingering friendship. There are, you know what? There's this book that's called, I believe it's called Relational Intelligence, where you pretty much, and I'm going to look that up and make sure that I'm right on that, but it talks about who people are, where they are, what time they are in your life, basically. And if you can, people get offended. People get offended by purpose.
Yeah. No,
you
that's
get what I'm saying?
That's real.
People get offended by purpose. Now, if I love you and I care for you, I want you to be your greatest self. So if at the point where here I was a friend and now I'm an associate, at this point I was a teacher and now I'm a student.
Okay, so let's view it from this angle, right?
Sure.
If you take a back seat to what you once had as a driver's seat, when does the communication come in to let me know that you're taking a back seat? Wait, stop. Wait, so you need to put it into it though. But so at that point, if a friendship can be just as hurtful as an intimate relationship, then you need to put a stop to it to save yourself some hurt. That's
you
all
need
that
to definitely right size your relationship and understand where you stand and not be judgmental.
Well, it's not judgmental, it's just overcommitted. If I definitely give myself 100% to you and you give it 10% to me, I am overcommitted. Therefore, we don't right. That relationship.
Okay, so y'all are speaking from the perspective of being deep. See,
right, so I'm talking 5, 10, 15 plus friendships.
Like,
so
yeah.
It's like,
it can even be like 1. It can even be like 1 to 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, but that's easier. It's easier to cut that off. You know what I'm saying?
But people still don't say like, "Hey, girl, I'm not fucking with you," or "Hey, dude, like you bad for me right now. No one said that. What happened is we ghost, and we don't answer phone calls, we don't do text messages, and we don't respond. And that's not the appropriate way to respond to someone.
Why do we do that? Maybe we gave.
I'll tell you why. Because as kids, I feel, and I feel like as kids, as kids, we were taught to not be mean to friends. Don't say that to your friend. Don't tell Johnny that he's not your friend anymore. And that's probably exactly what we should be doing.
You said we're taught that?
Yes.
Okay. So
I can remember in kindergarten saying, like my mother saying, don't tell that person you're not their friend. You just play with somebody else. That's exactly what I do right now. I don't tell you you're not my friend. I just don't answer your text messages and I go
So do we agree?
Pause.
Do we agree that we need to break up with friends?
I definitely.
I have issues with the term break up with friends because, like I said,
Did you say take a break then?
not even take a break. It's just different. And this is why we are where we are. I respect it. I love it. And that's okay. That's called communication.
Right. So would you approach that? Would you approach that with a certain level of this is how I feel our friendship has been going?
You definitely. So the way that you approach that conversation is with love, understanding, and peace.
Right. Not disagreeing with that.
And that's okay.
But the question was,
Because it's going to happen.
the question is, do we do it?
Yes, I do it.
Well, I don't.
I don't either.
So that's a problem.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to say that's a problem. What I want to say is that
it's okay. Big boys, like it is a problem. Like,
okay.
You know
I don't know how you get down. I don't want to. What I want to say is that if that's a problem, the general problem is that we are not coming to the forefront of. Okay, here we go. We're not really coming to the forefront of communication. Communication is the issue.
I mean,
See, what's happening is that people are not walking around being honest in the first place. People are walking around tiptoeing because my mama said. Because I didn't take a shot. I'll say this. My mama said that this is the way you're supposed to deal with that. Yeah. So your mama taught you to be dishonest. So what's happening is that we're teaching or to be tactful or to be nice. But the problem is that we have been taught to be nice when that nice brings about pain because we're being dishonest. And at the point where we're being dishonest, we're not being ourselves. And at the point where you're not being yourself, how can anybody really have a relationship with you? It's a false relationship in the first place.
Now let's stop. Let's go back.
Let's stop.
Let's stop and go back. Because it's not about being dishonest. What it is
it's not dishonest.
So listen. It's not dishonest.
Are you being dishonest right now?
At the time, it's probably saving the friendship and the feelings of the individual.
So now we're saying, and that's my problem.
And so, but as adults, because that's what we're talking about, as adults, it becomes more concerning because, like, let's just talk about COVID, right? And so, like, if a friend drops out of your life, let's say in March, right, and they decide to hold back and they never communicate.
Hold back.
They no contact. In COVID, there was no contact with them.
Okay.
So for the first 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months or whatever, they don't message you, they don't contact you, they don't whatever. And so it's like at that point it becomes a concern. Right. Not even if you're overbearing. If say we're 50-50, if you're not responding to me, now I'm concerned because everybody's dying. And so now I'm overcommitted. And we never had that relationship. We never had that conversation of you saying, look, I'm not rocking with you no more. So there we go. So now I'm sitting up like an ass and you thinking you in the hospital and you like, y'all, bro.
Let me paint a picture.
But go ahead.
Let me paint a picture real quick so y'all can get the gist of why this whole thing kind of came about. So let me give you a hypothetical situation, right? So let's say if we were 10 plus friends, you know what I'm saying? We had a friendship for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And through life, you know, life happens and, you know, we kind of like ventured apart, et cetera, but we still run into each other occasionally, you feel me? So let's say I'm the friend that always reaches out, you know what I'm saying? What's good? We need to reconnect, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with you feel me? So let's say there's a situation where you are at a certain, let's say you get in your heaven. and you know I live above the salon where you're getting your hair done.
Okay.
Would you text me and say, yo, you at the crib? Or would you not say anything at all? And then post something social media that you was at this spot. Then I gotta see it social media.
Ooh.
Okay, so
I just want to think that picture. So give me a scenario.
This is you want me to give you that scenario?
Yeah,
What
that
I
scenario.
would personally do in that
What
scenario?
would you do in that scenario?
So in that personal scenario, here's the thing: if I am in the salon and you live upstairs, and my soul being doesn't want to speak to you, I'm not going to speak to you.
Thank you.
Because why am I doing anything out of obligation?
Right. So
at the point where you have to do anything out of obligation is already false. I don't need that point of contact.
So do I need to break up with that friend?
It's not a breakup.
It has to be.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. You want to attach
What is
me.
that?
That's attachment, right?
So how do you detach?
So how do you detach? You be honest. You be honest.
Right, so I need to be honest and be like,
okay, so let's go back. Because I was this person.
Okay.
I started to pay well this year. What is paid well? Paid well is minding my own business.
Okay,
I need
fair.
to cut off from the world. I need to unplug. I need to read. I need to write. I call it paid well.
Okay.
I paid well quite often, right? And a lot of people that know me personally know that I can, as easily as I'm out and about, I can as easily shut that door and be gone for a very long time, right? Now I've grown to be a lot more tactful and say, hey y'all, I'm in this mode where I need to just kind of unplug, no love lost. Because now I'm taking care of the relationship. Now nobody has to wonder about where we stand.
Okay.
I've learned to do that because I've been whole cursed out. Mary, you can't just disappear like that. Like, that's not cool. Okay? So real friendships, and if you have a level of communication, at the point where I decided to go into a cave dwelling state, I found myself in a cave dwelling state, I had my buddy reach out and say, yo, are we good?
fair.
And I said, of course. Are you sure we good? Because we was just like...
Let's see how you responded though. You responded though.
I said, of course, but here's the thing. And that's what I said, like this conversation is great because we're talking about breaking up. There wasn't no breaking up, there was an understanding. But here's the thing. She knew that she could come to me because what you guys are talking about is that, do we say anything? Absolutely say something because that's how we right-side the situation. She was able to come to me and address the situation because she understood in herself, this is making me feel uncomfortable. Where is my friend? Hey friend, are you okay? So in the point where she decided to address it, kudos to her.
Can we disagree that lack of communication ends the friendship?
That's
absolutely.
So if you're not communicating well, then we lose a friend.
Absolutely.
And that's it. So then you need to have the conversation and say bye girl.
Or bye girl for now.
Or bye boy. Or however
Bye boy for now.
So I'm right. Thank you.
I know.
You're right.
But, you know,
Can we toast this not a
Oh, this
competition? It's all
is
love.
always
This is
love.
what
This
I'm
is
saying. All I
definitely
get
love.
understand.
It is always. But communication is key. And so guys, please communicate with your friends because we don't know if you're laying in a hospital bed or if you're sitting around somewhere passing out from COVID and in these stressful times, we definitely need all our friends to communicate. Right? So yeah,
That's true.
always love.
But we don't need to stay on that. You know, I wanted to give, you know, the lovely Mary Q while she's eating this chicken nugget.
Because I eat you.
Yeah. I wanted to give you an opportunity, you know, to just kind of talk to the people, you know,
I appreciate
tell them a
you.
little bit about, you know, what you have going on.
This is
You know what I'm saying?
happening.
Yeah, this is happening. This is happening. What you got going on? What have you done? You know, how the people can follow you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? And then we gonna get back into it. But I just want to give you that opportunity real fast.
Okay, so you can definitely follow me across the board on a very little social media that I do. I promise to be better about that in the future. Mary Q Angel Facebook, Mary Q Angel Instagram. That's kind of like my primary right now. And I think I'm gonna dibble and dabble in this clubhouse for a little bit, see what it do. So that's where you can find me. Now, what I do? Okay, so this year is 2020, right?
Yeah, this is 2020.
This year is 2020.
A year to forget.
Can I have a napkin?
Yeah,
Because we're all chicken fingered up. So this year I've been very, very fortunate, and it's been quite a pleasant surprise to run into the type of situations and projects, and that I want to say we built it. the We Built It documentary, film, song. It's very, very beautiful. It's about reparations, talk about what we have done as a people, as this people, and bringing awareness to that. This was a very heavy climate this year as far as like the riots and everything, just really coming together and being one. So that was a very beautiful project. We built it, and I had an opportunity to be a lead actress in that, as well as director for the soundtrack portion. So please check that out. Shia's Love is the brilliant mind behind that. I'm here with you guys.
Hey. Too bad.
So be sure to follow Vec, right?
Yes.
And Art West Gallery, man, that's a beautiful project that's going to be dropping next year. That's very close, very near. So that was really awesome, and that has to do with art and film. So be looking out for that.
Okay, excuse me. We know Art West Gallery a little bit.
Yes, we know the Art West
We know Art
Gallery
West Gallery.
with Lex, yes. And then also the What's in It for Black People Media. You guys, if you don't follow that, please key in for that, because that is for us. What's in It for Black People Media. That's a great establishment that is growing very, very fast. So podcasts and creative, like the content and all of that stuff, like they are looking, they want to know our stories. When I say our stories, I mean our stories, right?
Yes.
So definitely tune in to the What's in It for the Black People Media. What else do we have? Okay. So I'm also producing a film series myself, and I don't want to give too much information about that. There's definitely very discreet. There's definitely more to come, but anything that I put my hands to is about purpose. It's about speaking to the hearts of people. Like, I don't necessarily believe that artists should just be out here just be doing something. We need to be out here building, being bold, and anything that's going to make us go to another level. So that's what I'm attached to. So that's pretty much where we are.
No, it's fair.
Oh, and I also had a chance to model for by Cello, and she's dropping some new products, and she does makeup and hair. Been in the industry for a long time, the film industry. So I was very, very fortunate to work with Cello with by Cello products. So it's been a great year.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me divulge.
No, for sure. We definitely appreciate you being on the show. It's been pretty fun thus far. And so with all of that being said, it's a really good segue into the next topic. We're going to talk about the importance of role models. And so I know throughout your journey, there has had to be some people who you have either looked up to, seen some of their work and inspired to do what it is that you do today. And for myself, I'm pretty sure for KJ as well, the importance of role models has definitely played a part in our individual lives. So we're going to touch on that a little bit, you know what I mean? Whoever wants to kick it off.
I'll kick it off. I got a gift for you guys.
You got a gift for us?
Yeah.
You come bearing gifts. Two Vec. Hey, make sure y'all follow us on IG and Twitter. 2Vec Podcast, the number 2 VEC Podcast. Y'all got anything y'all want to hear us talk about on the show? Follow us, 2Vegetarians Eat, or send us an email, 2VegetariansEatingChicks@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? We going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? She come with cards, yes, we feel special. You know what I'm saying?
So
thank you.
Speak to role models,
I don't even know what to say, but I know it's say to me.
Does that look like?
This is very fancy.
Is it fancy?
Very cute. And
Your writing
is very fancy. I'll take it.
Good. Say
We got a gift for Mary too that we're gonna give to our camera. Oh man, what is that? Oh, what is this? This is a whole. What is this? I gotta go hunting with this. I don't even know what this is. This is a machete.
It's a machete. It's about that guardianship.
I feel very Jason and Shrek. This is dope. Oh my goodness. Somebody can run up in my style with this joint. Anyway, yes.
So to speak to role models, I have witnessed some really awesome people, and I do across the board. Like we a lot of times go to what is pushed in our faces, like all of these, people across the board via TV, radio, internet. And a lot of times our role models, some of the best of our role models are right at home, mom and dad, people like yourselves that's lighting up the community and being a light in the community. People like Lex out west, our west, that's really changing the community. So it's like, I am name dropping. Like, why not name drop? We're talking about role models, right? Get into it. So I value gentlemen as like yourselves that has a vision, has a goal, and you go for it. So to speak to role models, I think that it's very necessary for us to walk the walk, talk less, say less, and be about that action, and make good on it. Make good on it, because we can definitely, as much as we can do bad, if you flip around, that's as much as we can do good. You get what I'm saying? Like some of your best preachers, teachers, and all that, like your gangsters are your best businessmen. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you flip it on its head and you activate that power to build and to build in a positive manner, I mean, that's what being a role model is about. And whenever we are in that position, let's do it.
So I often get criticized on my views on role models because I think that the lowest person in the room is the best role model here. And so just personally speaking on like modeling, like it was always the people who I was told to stay away from who end up being the most influential people in my life. Which
like what's an example?
like the biggest drug dealer on the block.
Okay.
Like the guy who just came home from prison. Like these guys are people who definitely, I would say, saw something in me and knew and definitely stretched the points and gave me the honesty that I needed.
What kind of honesty?
About life, period. So street life, about school, about making it, about everything that I want to achieve. And all of them, like most of the guys I came in contact with, pretty much like academic-wise, for sure, they students. But they felt like they had to go a different route because that's what their circumstances chose them to be. And so based off of how they went, it was kind of like, hey, dude, I see you smart and I see that you're this and I see that you're that. Like, don't do what I'm doing because I'm out here because I've chosen this path. I don't want you to particularly choose this path because I see some of me inside of you. So you do this point and make sure that you don't end up like me because this is what actually happens when you end up like me. So
they were a man before they were statistics.
They were still boys.
Okay.
No,
you get what I'm saying?
Mentally, I mean, we can say that because they've been through a lot of experiences that at their age they should never have to be at.
But they were a human first.
Definitely.
They were a human having an experience first. It didn't matter.
But I would say that they were more. You know how you meet some people and it's like it's about the flash and it's like I'm doing this and I'm doing that and no matter, and you may know that it's like a facade. They didn't play into that facade because they were doing it. Like there were people like if you were coming from a street life, there were people you wanted to be because they had street success.
Right.
But they gave the honest.
That's interesting. Whatever happened was in.
Yeah. So no, that's an interesting take on role models. For me personally, I'm curious to know off camera why you used to get a lot of slack for your opinions on role models. But
because all the people are like, well, don't listen to this.
No, for sure. Yeah.
What was that comedian saying? Don't listen to Weaving, but then Weaving your daddy, so you got to listen to him. So it's kind of like
no. So for me, it's funny because the role models I had growing up, based on the situation that I was put in, my role models started in sports, so I played a lot of sports growing up, baseball, basketball, and so my role models were like my coaches and but these are people who now looking back at it, these are people who kind of had some sort of like agenda almost, if you will, not to take away from how they felt about us as individuals and as a team and et cetera, but looking back on it now, I learned a lot of things from these, quote-unquote role models or coaches, however you want to look at it, and different values in life and things like that. But it's funny because I always tell people that even in getting all of that, it still never hit the same as from the people you actually want to get it from. You know, your father, your uncle, your grandfather, your grandma, your mom, whoever.
You wanted to get it from them.
You wanted to get it from them. You feel me? But receiving that from other people who are not even in your like immediate family is a little different. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's more important to get it from your immediate family than someone that is not your immediate family?
I think it's very important because on one side, I had coaches who used to tell me stuff like, oh, it's important to, open up a bank account, or it's important to, make sure you stay focused in school, and all of those things that I took heed to. But at the same time, it was like, why my daddy not telling me this? Why my grandfather not telling me this? Why, you know what I'm saying? It just hit different, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, I still held on to those things, but I'm just saying, for me, and I looked at them as role models, people that I looked up to, but there was just something that didn't register fully for me.
How do you feel about that now?
But maybe they didn't have the knowledge.
I was just about to say, how do you feel about that now?
Right, and they did. That's what I'm saying. So looking at it now, understanding where they were coming from, like, again, it still led me down a path of, where I didn't get in a lot of trouble. Where I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So I still listen to them, you know what I'm saying? But I still, there still used to be little moments where I was just like, okay,
why did they come from you? I think there's something to be said about that. Like, for anybody that is struggling with looking for specific validations from certain people, you got to understand that you're going to get what you need to get for serving your purpose.
Right.
And whether that comes through your parents, someone that's on the streets, a teacher, a little bitty baby, a plant, wherever it comes from, please know that you're going to get exactly what you need to serve your purpose. Like, however it comes. Speaking to role models.
So question, right?
Question.
What if the message is not fully served when it comes back?
If the message is
so
not
so let's say like someone's there to teach you a lesson, but then they get cut off, right? So like that person disappears out of your life.
You would get it somewhere else. You
Would
would absolutely.
it be the same message?
No, it'll be different.
It would.
It'll be
You
different.
will get what you need to get.
That's fair.
You're here. Bottom line.
So we can all agree that it is important to have.
Well, why is that important? I mean, you need
Yeah,
other
and
people
it comes
outside
in. I
of your bubble.
think it's important to understand that role models will come in different shapes, sizes, circumstances, situations, institutions.
Facts. We can agree. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, that was a really good take. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for all the role models, and thank you guys for being role models.
Okay, I tried. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Great.
And we are active in the community. You know, your boy. No, I'm not going to.
Why don't we talk about the
Because
good stuff?
that's so that part of my life is definitely a more personal part that should not be a camera related part. But off camera, if you guys want to send me a message or email and ask about what I'm talking about, then please do.
Two vegetarians eat chicks, chix@gmail.com, because I know he ain't know what the I'm messing with you. I'm going to get to this last topic, you know what I'm saying? If y'all have been rocking with us, y'all know we got an episode out called Double Standard. And me and KJ was talking about a specific song. Get that machete out the way, boy. We have a specific song that we wanted to play. And there's a part in the song, in the chorus, if you will.
We can just say it, so we don't have to play it.
No, it's too late, boy. It's too late, boy. It's too late.
Oh my God. I think we got like 10 seconds.
And so, yeah, we really wanted to touch on this. You feel me? Y'all know the song. That's it, right there. That's it. You feel me? And so me and KJ was having this discussion about, you feel me, why is it such a double standard when it comes to men and women?
What is happening?
Yes. So women can say stuff like, I ain't gay, but I'll let a bitch eat me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? What does that mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that mean she's bi or like? So we wanted to get a woman's perspective on this topic.
Oh, I'm that woman.
You are that woman. Unfortunately, you are that woman.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's like on the reverse. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? If a dude do something like that, it's like we consider.
Okay,
gay.
Right.
Can I hear both of you guys say that line? Just say the line, because I need to hear it from a guy and see how that makes me feel.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
I ain't
What
gay.
you mean? What
Wait,
line?
the line that you're talking about.
I
You don't want to
ain't
say
gay,
it?
but I
Hold on.
love
I ain't
So-
gay, but I let a bitch eat me out. That's what she said.
No, let me hear you say that, Scott. Not that's
I
what
ain't
you.
gay, but I let a bitch eat me out.
But that's not the conversation though, right? Because if a guy put another guy's dick in his mouth, then he's gay automatically.
He's considered.
That's the double
That's
standard.
a double standard.
Flat out.
Don't
No
women
cap.
say that. Don't women say that.
Let's
So
go.
so it's
So
just,
if a guy was to say, I ain't gay, but I let a bitch eat me out. I ain't gay, but I let a.
do whatever.
I let a dude.
So
No, if a dude go down on another dude, whether he's receiving or whether he's giving,
But I let a
he is
dude suck me off.
Oh my God!
whatever it is,
Whatever it is.
I'm just saying. Either way. Okay, so look, so me and KJ talked about this yesterday.
Okay.
So with that, so let's just start from the dude's perspective. Would that dude be considered gay, or would he be considered bi?
Let's start from a dude's perspective.
Right. Would
What
he
do you
be?
think?
I'm
What do you
asking-
think? What do you think?
I know what it is.
I
know it's
personally, if I know this person as an
society.
individual, and I've always known him to be a straight dude, and then like he said that out of his
And he
mouth.
said, I ain't gay, but I let a dude suck me off.
Right, so then there would raise a certain level of curiosity in my mind, like, oh, so would you like dudes and girls now? Like, but I wouldn't necessarily call him gay until I have a conversation with
Okay,
him.
and what about you, Kerry Jackson? What about you, Pat Jackson?
But you know what I'm saying? That's the nigga say you gotta tolerate. You gotta
What
tolerate.
about you, Kerry? Kerry Jackson.
What about
That's
it?
okay.
I mean, you are definitely bi. I'm
Okay,
not
so
saying you're gay, but you're bi.
Right.
Just because he said, I
You
ain't
are
gay,
bi.
but I let a dude suck me off.
Right. So the whole point is,
You're bi.
And you said that
no.
you're going to
I will get an understanding first before I just, because if I've known him for a while and I've known him to like pull females, like I ain't gonna just say that.
Talk to him.
No, it's right. I'm gonna have a conversation.
You already made up your mind.
But society,
You can't tell me that you're not.
society and the
Society.
world immediately says that dudes who say a line like that, which the female said, are just basically they're gay.
Wait. Let's take it back further, right? Because
Yeah.
I think a year or two ago, Tank got flack.
That's right.
Because he was like,
It wasn't even a year or two ago.
if
This
you
was like
suck a
last
dick
year.
once,
This was like
if you
last
suck a dick once, then you're not gay, but you gotta suck a dick twice. Like, no, bro.
Yeah, he said.
No.
Tank
Wait,
said something.
okay, so you say, nah, you don't get a pass. You suck a dick once, you gay, homie.
Because he's saying that if you like it or not, you gotta see if you like it or not. But you don't like
Okay,
it.
okay, and what do you say?
If I suck, wait. No, I mean, listen. So again, it has to stem from some level of, if I know you as an individual, if I know you, and I've known you to always be pulling females, and I never had a sense of, you liking dudes or whatever. And then out of nowhere, you let me know that you suck a dude off, et cetera. I'm gonna say, oh, so what you was like, curious, or so, and then if you tell me, yeah, you was curious, and then you actually liked it or whatever, then I'm gonna consider you bi.
But if they said I was curious, I didn't like it, then what?
You still bi.
I'm gonna say you still kind of bi. You have that sense of that around in your mind somewhere that makes you want to do that.
So my next question is, are guys doing this to guys because you say society, but are the guys doing this to the guys? Because if a friend came to you and said, yeah, I was curious, I didn't like it, but every guy in the room say, nah, Negro,
Right,
gay now. Are guys doing that to guys, but
Yeah,
are guys doing that to guys? So
I'm pretty positive.
So
pin that off to society, or pin that off to...
let's change.
I mean, they're part of society.
Let's change the dynamic though.
Okay.
Let's change the dynamic. Let's take it back. Not even like as aggressive. If I come into a club and a girl comes into the club and we see a guy dancing on another guy, whether they are straight, like we don't even know anything.
I'm not saying
If we see a guy dancing on
I'm
another
assuming
guy,
that.
it's assumed that you're either bi or you're gay. So just
I'm
based
just assuming
so
that.
not even the fact that it's that any action has even happened. It's already there for
Okay, so what-
man and female.
But the stem of it is, in the chorus, she said, I ain't gay, but I'll let a bitch get me out. What does that mean? Like, what do you mean you're not? That means, so she gotta say, I ain't gay, but I could possibly be bi, like, I'll let a bitch get me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just say, I ain't gay, violated the
Okay, so then you guys are basically pinning on the female the same thing that you pin on male, which is like, nah, you gotta be a little bit of something. Because
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so then that's not.
So she just got away with that.
So then,
that line.
so would you say maybe she did get away with it because your
She ain't
viewpoint,
say-
because
she ain't
it
say
sounds
no.
like
She got
but it sounds like you guys' viewpoints. It sounds like your viewpoints are not necessarily a double standard. You're saying whether you're a male or a female that lends yourself to another male.
So our viewpoint,
then you're still like, I'm going to have to question your sexuality.
But that's,
so that's not necessarily.
But no. But that's a personal viewpoint. As a societal viewpoint, people are rocking and loving the song, and plenty of women are saying it, and they're saying it boldly, and whether they're straight or whether they're gay, they're saying like, "Oh, this is it."
What
the same way we can walk into a club and a girl could dance with another girl, and no one would assume anything different than, "Oh, those are just two girls dancing."
So what's the problem here? Like, what are you guys?
How are women getting away with the sexual double standard on another woman, but the man cannot?
You're doing that.
No.
Men typically police each other.
You're doing
That's
that.
fair.
But
You're doing that because you're saying you guys just did that. And as a matter of fact, you guys just did that. You said, yo, bro, if you say that, if you do that, if you go one time, then you're this. And you're female, I'm gonna go that.
I'm not mad.
You made a little bit, but you still said, no, I'm still questioning. But then you turn around and say, but I'm mad at the female because the female can get away with it.
I'm not mad.
But I'm just saying that, I'm listening to you guys. Everybody's listening to
the
that.
fact of it is to point out the double standard in the way that females can act on females, but guys can act on guys. But listen. If it was another guy dancing on another guy and he tried to talk to you next, or he tried to talk to a different, we're not gonna say you. We're not gonna say you because you think differently, and we know that. We're gonna say a different female. I guarantee you that female is shooting down that man.
You know what?
She's shooting down that man for the fact she just saw him grinding on another man.
And you know what? I would say,
You
know what? Me being who I am,
yes.
I would say that is unfortunate to that man that automatically assumes, and I say that it's unfortunate. And I would say that it's wait a minute. I would say that it's unfortunate to that man who automatically assumes. I would say that it's unfortunate to that woman who automatically assumes. I would say that it's unfortunate to the person that's on the receiving end of it, because at the end of the day.
But can we agree that there's double standards?
There's definitely double standards because, but the double standards. This is what's really sickening, and it's something that because I'm assuming. I don't want to assume, but let's say that I was here speaking to two heterosexual men that's never been with men, that's never tried anything with men, that's never, I ain't gay, but I let it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming that that's what we're dealing with here, okay? Right? So I think that right now we're living in a world where, let's say you're rappers, they wear dresses. Okay?
It's questionable.
And you would never wear a dress, but that is you. So I feel, and it's questionable, and you choose to question it, and that's okay. You can choose to question all you want to. But here you have people that come in a whole individual self, right? Because at the end of the day, like, we pass on our ideals, like, this is exactly what I was talking about. We're born into this world individuals. Okay? We come into this world, and then we got to hear what the doctors say. We got to hear what the moms say. We got to hear what the teachers say. We got to read what the book teaches. So it's like, especially for men, and I feel like it's a very unfortunate course for men right now, and I have spoken to men, and a lot of men are in a space, whether they're heterosexual, straight, whatever you want to call it, a lot of men are in a space right now where they don't know how to be a man or what defines a man, because society has continually told them, you got to be this to be that, and you got to be that to be this, like a man, right? When did a man ever decide to be themselves before they were, you get what I'm saying?
So wait,
and I feel like, you get what, you know what I mean? Because if you wanted to, if a man, I feel like, if a man wanted to explore painting their nails, my mind shouldn't jump to, dude, you're gay.
No, I got clear joints on right now. I got a pedicure and a manicure the other day.
Right. But when did that become okay because
It's
several
okay.
odd years ago that wasn't okay.
Now, if I
So I would challenge that
who
though.
told you that?
I would challenge that though. I would challenge that
Who
though.
told you that if you like the color pink that you're gay?
So listen.
Did you choose that for yourself?
No, well, first of all, I wear pink all the time. I wear pink in my house. Real men wear pink.
Salmon or pink?
Because it's.
I'm messing with you.
Listen.
You told that you gotta have a long confidence.
No.
You gotta be very sure within yourself for that.
I was told this. A man will take care of himself. And I was told that by men, and I was told that by women. Therefore, my first nail salon and my first pedicure was my fucking uncle.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Period. And then after that, it was women. But the first time I ever went was, and he was a regular. And motherfuckers knew him. Flat out. He come in, they gave him like, oh, hey. And he like, what's up? And all the ladies are like, oh my God, he take care of his feet so good. And he just sitting there smiling like, yeah. So what are we talking about?
I don't think it's fair for a man to get put in this corner.
No, at the end of the day.
It's not a corner.
No, at the end of the day.
It's a box.
It is a box, for sure. At the end of the day, we just really wanted to address the issue of acknowledging that there is a double standard in the world that we live in today.
And
it is. Now, I personally, I don't. Society.
A woman would not date a man who they deem or who they could.
Why would you say a woman would not date a man? What women are you talking about?
We'll leave it at that.
It's an off the camera conversation.
Yeah.
Hold to the next topic.
We'll leave it at that. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel me? But at the end of the day, make sure y'all follow us on Twitter and IG. You feel me? At 2Vec Podcast, the number 2 VEC.
Stay tuned in because
you know what I'm saying. If y'all got anything y'all want to hear us talk about, send us an email to vegetarians and chicks.
Some of y'all want to continue this conversation.
We can definitely continue this conversation, even with Mary Q Angel, the wonderful, the talented, the gifted, the beautiful Mary Q Angel.
Thank you.
You feel me? It's been a pleasure. It's been great. You feel me? Again, you feel me? 2Vec Podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
Y'all got a good song.
It's your boy Kid.
2 legs, eat chicken. What you wanna do? Listen, give me that chicken. Give me that chicken.
Hey.
Chicken. We love y'all. Continue to support. Shout out to all the subscribers. You feel me? Again, follow the Mary Q Angel, the wonderful, the talented, the gifted. She's doing great things. You feel me? In the city and in the world. You feel me? We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Later.